What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's up with that? All right, let's switch that. Let's go to this one. All right. I think we're rocking and rolling, people. We are rocking and rolling. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hope you guys are good. Guys, we're going to be talking about, again, Ten Hag. According to reports, the vultures are coming for him. Right? The vultures are coming for him. We saw a report today from the Daily Mail. They're talking about a secret meeting. A secret meeting apparently happened. A secret meeting took place. What is the secret meeting? We'll get to it. We'll get some more details. All right. I'm setting my light up here. Okay, cool. We got that. I think we're good there. Cool. All right. I think we're good to go. Welcome, welcome, people. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see who's first through the gate. Let's see who's first through the gate. Why am I not seeing my chat here? Thank you so much for the likes. Whoa, interesting. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. Hey, look at that. I found something out. Austin, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, sir? You good? I hope you're good, man. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Austin. Happy Friday, man. We made it through another week. Made it through another week. Good to see you. Good to see you. You're good? You're good? I'm glad. I'm glad you're good, man. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good. Let me sort myself out here. You play Sunday. Okay, okay. That's good. That's good. Are you ready for the Sunday game? That's the question. Are you ready? Are you ready to bang in the goals? You know? Because you gotta listen, man. You gotta continuing making sure that you continue to bang those goals. Because listen, one thing I gotta tell you, Man United, we need strikers like you, man. All right, because right now we really don't know where our goals are gonna come from. Right? We don't know where our goals are gonna come from. Olivia, what's going on, Olivia? Welcome from Buffalo, New York. Olivia is in the house. What's going on, Olivia? Welcome. Guys, if you're new, smash that like, hit that subscribe, all right? And again, if you're new here, I'm your boy Luther, and this is Man United Central. Listen, we talk about everything Manchester United here, but, we can talk about any other team that you support. You're all welcome here. All right, let's see what's going on here on my computer. Okay, I see that. What's up with that? Okay, technology, man. Technology is technology today. All of a sudden, I'm live here, and then I see like, okay, things are telling me, oh, battery's dying or something. But anyway, I am training field. Okay. Oh, you on the training field right now? Okay, that's what's up. Parody Gomez, what's going on, Parody? Listen, it is good evening over here, but you are saying good morning. Let me know where you're watching from, people. If you are new, smash that like, hit that subscribe. Listen, this is Man United Central again. I am Luther. Welcome. And listen, as you're coming in, Parody, as you smash the like, hit the subscribe, let us know what team you support. Over here, it's Man United, but we have family that you're going to see joining here. That we have Madrid, we got you name it, we have them in here. All right, the important thing is we talk about Man United from the start. Germany's in the house. What's going on, Germany? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the way from Germany. Listen, in German, the only thing I can say, listen, don't tell my wife, but my ex was German. So I know how to say Scheiße. Listen, yeah, welcome, welcome. Listen, guys, listen, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's show. We're going to be diving into the chaos at Manchester United, guys, okay? The vultures are circling for Erik ten Hag, all right? Are we on the brink of yet another managerial change at Manchester United? Well, guys, that could very well be the case, okay? There was a report that came out Yes, parody. I know. I know how to say Scheiße. I know how to say. I know how to count. All this stuff. So good stuff. Good stuff. Um, yeah. She. Uh, uh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you found us. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So for those keeping up with it, right, Manchester United is currently sitting on 12th Premier League, right, and winless in Europe League after 3 draws, right. The board has apparently started reaching out to other managers, guys, including Xavi Hernandez, Thomas Frank. All right. So let's jump into those. All right. So remember this: last May, Ten Hag was given a contract extension, but after the FA Cup win, which we know, and then now we see these reports that because things are not going the way we're supposed to be going. Then now we hear that there are other candidates that Ineos is looking at. All right. Let's see. Parody. Make sure you hit that like, man. Hit the subscribe. All right. I live and I was born in Germany, but my parents are from Greece. Okay, you support the team Park we play. Listen, the team that I support is this guy here. This you see the badge right there, the big team. Okay, this is Manchester United. That's what I support. All right, but of course we have Arsenal fans, we have Liverpool fans, we have Chelsea fans. We don't have any Bayern or Stuttgart fans. I haven't seen those yet coming on this channel, but mostly the Premier League fans. But we have Real Madrid, Barcelona, you name it. We're here, right? So guys, listen. I only see one like, guys. Come on, man. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's go, people. You see, that one like, I know it's for my boy Austin. So all you other guys, come on. Smash that like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already, right? So guys, listen. This news that we're seeing today is that apparently, Ineos went behind Ten Hag's back, right? They went behind Ten Hag's back and talked to other managers, right? So basically, here's the story, right? Manchester United sounding out other managers behind Erik Ten Hag's back, right? When Sir Jim Ratcliffe and co-owner Ineos spoke with potential replacements around the FA Cup final in May, they decided to keep Ten Hag, right? Now things are not really going the way it's supposed to go. So what they're doing? So basically, they spoke to Xavi Hernandez, Thomas Frank, apparently Ruben Amorim and Edin Terzic. They're also part of the group of managers that they spoke with, right? Listen, Ten Hag's response to the latest speculations over his future has been to dismiss it all because he called it outside noise. So Ten Hag believes that the Ineos is behind him, right? Everything else that's being reported, even like this report, it's all media speculation, outside noise, right? So, and again, he called it fairy tales and lies, right? Now, it could be that that's the case, or it could be that Ineos is preparing themselves, to have a succession plan, right? Because in a business, especially like managers, like the way you remember, like I always think, whenever I think of this, I think of Brighton. Brighton always have their next manager ready to go in case they need to let their current manager go. And that's how it should be. All big teams, they have that plan if it all fails. Because having a manager, it can all fail. The manager can say, you know what, I've had enough, I'm out of here, right? If that was to happen, you need to know, okay, who's going to be your next target, right? So it could very well be these candidates that we hear now, like Xavi Hernandez, Thomas Frank, Amorim, Terzic, right? They're all candidates that they think could be a good fit in case they decide to pull the plug on Erik Ten Hag, right? Now, will they work for Man United? Who knows? Because right now, the way Man United is, it's a mess. So if it's a mess, it will take a very special manager to bring us back to where we're supposed to be, right? And that's a big issue here with Man United, right? So basically, those are the news that we saw today, that apparently they went behind his back, which is very strange because in the past, like in the summer, they told Ten Hag, listen, we're going to be interviewing other people, right? We're going to be interviewing other people, and which they did, and they came back to him to say you're the right man for the job. So right now, again, people are going to start talking about Erik ten Hag's job, because we in that last game that we played against Fenerbahce, we didn't get a win. So two and two together, they already say, oh, you know what, Ten Hag's job is again on the line. You know what I mean? Which is, you should expect it because the way we played, we didn't really show much improvement to show like, okay, we are going somewhere. We didn't have that, right? So you can understand why a lot of people are calling for this manager to be sacked. A lot of people, even Ineos, they're like, okay, we really don't want to go lower to the relegation zone, right? Because that will be disastrous. They do want to get in the Champions League because that's a priority, because of FFP situation that they need to get Champions League. We need that Champions League money, right? So they are looking into all those things, and maybe, I don't know, by December, if things don't change, then they may decide, you know what, Ten Hag, thank you so much. Here you go. Here's the door. Peace out. You know what I mean? So yeah. So let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. So Parody, what team do you support, man? Are you in Munich or Dortmund? What part of Germany? Let me know. Let me know what part of Germany are you from? All right. My computer just went dead. Okay, cool. Let me know. Yeah, so basically, those are the kind of the news that is coming out right now because you're like, okay, things are not working out. They're not working out the way they're supposed to for Ten Hag, right? Because, sorry about that. Okay, I lost my lighting. Yeah, so they're not working out the way they're supposed to be. So again, that's why he's under pressure, right? Because the man, imagine like your job is under pressure, right? And you're supposed to be like the game against Fenerbahce, you're supposed to win, and you decide to start you, you decide to start what's his name, Mazraoui. You decide to start Mazraoui as your number 10. It's ridiculous, right? Who does that? Sorry about that. I need to connect this slide here. Again, guys, that's the power of live. Things just keep happening as you're live. There you go, we got light. So yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see what's going to happen, man. Because obviously, Ineos, they're not happy with what is going on with the team. They want something to change. They want they want to go back to winning ways. And maybe they're thinking like, you know what, Ten Hag might not be the guy. Because a lot of people, they're already saying Ten Hag, and he needs to be let go, right? If Ten Hag gets let go, then they need to have somebody. Ruud van Nistelrooy could be that guy, but again, with him, he really doesn't have much experience managing at high level, right? At PSV, he only managed for like one season, I think. So he really doesn't have that much experience managing. And even if he was to take over, Ruud van Nistelrooy, honestly, yeah, he's a club legend. He can take over, but how much change or does he have enough tactics experience to guide us away from this mess that we're in now? And that's another thing that we have to think about because it could very well be that Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's not that guy, right? It could be that he's not that guy. Guys, let's get those likes up. Come on, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already, right? Yeah, so it could very well be Ruud van Nistelrooy is not that guy. So Ineos could probably say, you know what, we're gonna continue writing this, keep Ten Hag until summer, where they can bring in the people that we on that thumbnail there: Amorim, Thomas Frank, Xavi Hernandez, right? That's why they're getting those guys ready, lining them up. That way, in the summer, once the season is over, then they can say Ten Hag, okay, thank you so much. Your job is done. You bring in the next person. But my question is this to you guys: what if by the end of the season, Ten Hag has another trophy, right? He has another trophy, maybe two. Say for example, he wins another FA Cup, right? And then maybe he wins a Europa League Cup. So that means he gets us into the Champions League. Ineos, what do you do? It can be that, say for example, he wins two trophies, and then we finish 10th, right? Ineos, what do you do? You know, it's one of those that's going to be very tricky because he's going to give you a trophy because he gave us trophies 2 seasons, guys. You got to remember that, right? 2 seasons he gave us trophies. So what if he gives us trophies again, and then we are 10th? What does Ineos do? Sack him? Because at the end of the day, yes, it's all about results and being a Man United manager. Yes, position where you finish in the league matters big time, right? But also silverware is what that's our bread and butter too. Our bread and butter at any Man United manager, Sir Alex it was silverware. At the end of the season, we always want to do one of these moves, right? You know, we have to do one of those moves. So to do one of those moves, right? We need to win them, right? So the managers that came before him, before Ten Hag, really no one had done two trophies back to back. So this guy Ten Hag had shown us that hey, I can do it. So you as Ineos, what do you do, man? You are like, okay, all right, we can get rid of this guy and bring in someone who's going to be our guy, but can our guy gives us trophies back to back? All right, because that's what Ten Hag has going on for him right now. It's the fact that he won trophies back to back, right? Most people will say, "Oh, he could be the worst manager ever," right? But if you think about it, there have been others who haven't won anything. This guy, he gave us trophies. Yes, right now we're not seeing any football. We don't see anything attractive on how he's playing, right? But he did give us something. So it's something. It's very interesting to see how this whole thing is going to play out. But one thing I want Ineos to do is to have that the cojones, if you know what I mean, the cojones to say, hey, if it's not working out, let's not drag this along, right? Let's not drag the whole idea of you sacking Ten Hag too long. If you're gonna sack him, just go ahead and sack him, all right, and be done with it. Just go ahead and sack him and be done with it, and bring in another manager. Let's keep it moving, right? I don't want us to go the whole season each time. Like for example, like this game here, we finished against Fenerbahce. Already people are talking about, oh, he needs to be sacked, right? So I don't like that way of doing business, right? I want my manager to be comfortable knowing that, okay, my job is safe, kind of thing, right? And then if you're gonna get rid of him, end of the season. But now it's gonna be game after game, game after game. They'll be calling for his head, right? Which is, it's kind of frustrating and it's not really helpful the way I see it. Helpful to the players or to the manager, right? Because every time that you are like, every time you guys go out to play, you are like, okay, if we don't win, they're going to be calling for the manager to be sacked. If we win, yeah, the vultures will be a little bit quiet, that kind of thing. So it's kind of not the best feeling, not the best way to really to progress, right? To progress, you need to have that comfort knowing like, hey, I'm the man for the job. And Ten Hag believes he's the man for the job because he says he talks to the ownership, every after the game or something. He has that line of communication is there, right? People smash those likes, guys. Hit those likes, please. Thank you. Right? He has that communication, and he did say like, listen, if I was gonna get sacked, the ownership would have told me, would have given me a heads up, I guess. But when he said that was after the Aston Villa game. I was like, okay, I know some of you guys have worked in jobs, right? If you're working at a job and your boss is about to fire you, I don't think they'll give you a warning. Say, hey, Luther, so next week I'm thinking of letting you go. They won't do that, right? They'll just be like, they'll call you maybe on a Friday like today, before your shift is over. Say, hey, yeah, it's not really working out between us, so we're gonna let you go. That's what they'll do. They won't warn you. But Ten Hag believes if that was the case, they would have let him know. Hey, listen, that's what Ten Hag says. So that's why he says all this news that we hear, it's just outside noise, people. Outside noise. It did not happen, right? It didn't happen. It did not happen, right? Why am I saying it didn't happen? Because on this Ten Hag, man, on his press conference after the Fenerbahce game, he was doing the press conference for the Aston Villa game. He was asked like, hey, based on the way you played, you thank you so much for the likes, people. Let's get those likes up, people. Let's get those likes up, right? He was like, yeah, the Tottenham game, I don't really consider it. To me, it did not happen because had Bruno not been red carded, then we could have got a result from that, right? Basically said the reason he's saying that is because the red card was reversed. So my man, he's talking, he's being delusional right now. Listen, he basically is saying that game against Tottenham did not happen because Bruno was red carded and that red card was reversed, so it did not happen. I mean, come on, Ten Hag, man. Listen, I like you. You're my guy. I want you to work out, but really, we got shellacked by Tottenham. If only if Timo Werner was any good, they could have put six past us, 6 goals. But Timo Werner is just, thank God for him that he's a terrible striker. He doesn't know where the back of the net is, so he didn't score. So we're good, right? And Onana did some amazing saves. So by Ten Hag saying, oh, it didn't happen because, yeah, Bruno's red card was reversed, it doesn't make any sense. That's one thing. And also Ten Hag saying, like, for that Fenerbahce game, I don't know if you guys saw it, he said, well, looking at the ambience of the stadium and the where we were playing at Fenerbahce, yeah, I didn't think that we needed 4 attackers. I was like, really, Ten Hag? Based on the ambience, because the stadium is going to be loud, they'll be on us and stuff like that. You thought we do not need 4 attackers? Really? We needed to win that game, right? And you thought, oh, you know what? No 4 attackers. I'm going to put Mazraoui as a 10. Come on, Ten Hag. It's those kind of tactics, man. Those kind of tactics, they make you think like, man, this guy, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Right? So it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to see how Ten Hag really thinks about stuff, right? Because you're like, okay, man, we know you got the tactics, we want you to make it, we want you to win, but some of the things you say, dude, they get you in trouble because statements like that is what these reporters are going to use. They're going to use to, basically say, hey, this man went into Fenerbahce. He did not want to put his front foot ahead of him, right? He did not go in there knowing that, hey, I'm going to win this game, right? He didn't go like that. He went defensive. He went there to play, not to lose, which is embarrassing, right? People, welcome, guys. For some reason, the chat is not updating. I hope you guys can hear me. All right. I hope you guys can hear me. Welcome. Let's get those likes up, people. We have, I think, 12 people in here. Let's get those likes up, people. Thank you so much. Right? So, yeah. So it's those kind of things that get Ten Hag in trouble. That's why these reporters, these pundits, they have all this stuff to say about him. It's because of what he says, right? It's because of what he says. You know what I mean? And whatever he says, it really doesn't help much, right? It doesn't help on him, trying to sell his project, right? He doesn't help him, trying to show that, the team is going somewhere, right? Because we really were not seeing any convincing things that, we have a gameplay, we have a style of play, we are, we're going for this game. A win is a must. Nothing else matters, right? Because if you're saying you're going to Fenerbahce, that based on the ambience, you're not gonna start your attackers, you're gonna go with just three, and then you put Mazraoui there as a 10. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right? Where's your winning mentality, right? You got to have that mentality that, listen, we are big Man United, man. We are not going to be going somewhere thinking that, oh, there's a chance that we may not win, or there's a chance that we may concede. No, we go in there because he believes in his players. He should have set us up in a way like, hey, from the get go, you put Rasmus up top. You have Rashi, Garnacho, fine, and then you keep Eriksson maybe as a 10. If it's not Eriksson, you bring in Ahmad maybe as a 10, right? To give you the ability to go to front foot, the ability to attack and to curve out something, right? And that's something that, as a Man United manager, you need to have that. Say, hey, whatever the case, we're going to go in there. We need to come out with a result, right? And that result is a win. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be, right? And it was crazy to see also post-match. I think it was Mourinho or someone had said, some of the team, Mourinho's coaching team, they were so happy that Ahmad, they were surprised why Ahmad was put into the game so late, because to them, Ahmad was a danger. Like, he was a dangerous play because they knew what he can do. And in a way, I guess they were grateful that Ahmad came into the game so late, because with Ahmad's first touch, when he came in, you saw the first touch, boom, he almost got around and he was fouled, right? And Ahmad is a player that can definitely do things. He can hold the ball very well. He's creative, right? He gives us a different version. Like, if you compared our wingers, Ahmad is completely different from Garnacho or Rashi, right? Completely different. So, so it's one of those things that you're like, okay, this is nuts. People, welcome, guys. For some reason, my chat is not updating. So if Chow is here, welcome Chow. If Rajat is here, welcome Rajat. If let's see, who else? RX7. If Joshua is here, guys, welcome everybody. I'm just not seeing the chat for some reason. Blame it on YouTube. YouTube is just being YouTube. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys can hear me though. Yeah. So we're gonna continue. Let's keep it moving. Right. So basically, today's story is that we're leading with is that they had Ineos had those secret talks on, obviously they're thinking of replacing the man, right? They're thinking of replacing him. When will it happen? We shall see, right? Let's see. We shall see when. I think I should do something like that. But yeah. So we shall see. But based on the way it is, it's not all good, over there at Man United, right? Ten Hag's job is definitely not good, and Ineos, it looks like they're not happy, because if they're having meetings with these other potential managers, yeah, it's one of those. Yes, it could be succession planning. Yeah, that is good. We like that, because I believe Ineos has a plan, right? But to see what they're doing is interesting. And this is coming from Chris Wheeler, by the way. Chris Wheeler put out that report that Ineos had those secret meetings. Man, these reporters, man, they like to sugarcoat something, that way people can click on it. They'll be like, yo, yeah, man, they went behind him this time. Last time they told him that they're going to be talking to other managers, but this time, they went behind him, behind his back, to talk to these other managers, to say, hey, are you available? All right. So it's interesting, man. So talking about that, last couple of videos, we talked about Xavi, we talked about, Simone Inzaghi, Thomas Frank. To me, I don't know if he's the manager that can take, because he's one of the people that they spoke to, right? Thomas Frank, to me, I don't know. Based on the audition that he did with that Brentford game, I don't think he has what it takes, man. I don't think he has what it takes to coach Man United. But Thomas Frank gives you, Ineos, that Premier League experience. That's what he gives you. And that Premier League experience, that could be invaluable, especially when they're trying to bring in a new manager, right? that is invaluable because imagine you Xavi, yeah, it does sound good, right? But again, he's gonna come in and it could be one of those like you come into the Premier League, you're like you get starstruck kind of situation, but not starstruck, but it's like how intense the Premier League is, right? You don't know that until you've played in it or until you've coached in there, right? So that's interesting. Probably that's why they're looking at Thomas Frank, right? So Xavi will be to me. Xavi may work because he's when he was at Barcelona, he was able to work with a low budget. But would the players work? The players that we have now? Because imagine this, guys. Any manager that comes on board, they will be told to work with whatever we have, right? They need to work with whatever we have, all the players that we have right now. Yeah, they're gonna get rid of the likes of eventually Maguire, maybe Casemiro. They'll get rid of them, but the core is gonna be the players that we have. So if you think about it, Xavi, to me, Xavi is more like a Pep, more tiki-taka type of ball. The players that we have, I don't know. I don't know if they'll work, right? I think Thomas Frank could definitely, I think, work with the crop of players that we have, right? But Xavi also gives you that he knows how to work with the youth because we have a lot of potential players coming on the line, right? And he could be able to work on that with them. I don't know what Thomas Frank is when it comes to developing. Well, again, now that I think about it, Thomas Frank, I think he helped Ivan Toney, right, to get to that next level. So Thomas Frank has that ability too, but I don't know what he has when it comes to the youth. So you guys, let me know, man, in the chat, from the list that is on that thumbnail. Who would you rather have if Ten Hag pulls the plug on Ten Hag, right? Would you take who would you rather have, right? Because right now we know Xavi is available, ready to go, right? Thomas Frank, to me, Thomas Frank will be kind of underwhelming. But if he's underwhelming, that could be even the perfect ones that they will come under the radar, they'll keep their head down and just get to work, right? Xavi, again, Barcelona international, Barcelona legend, right? Barcelona legend, and I don't know if he can deliver at Man United. He's not one of our legends, so he may not really know what we're about, right? So I don't know if that will work. So yeah, all in all the managers that we're linked with, all of them, they're speculation. Only Thomas Frank has coached in the Premier League, right? Which he will know what to expect. All the other ones, it's just a roll of the dice, right? Because they may come and then it may not work. Like Ten Hag came from Ajax, he won everything, top-notch manager during that time, man. Everybody was talking about Ten Hag because before we took him, he was being linked with Man City job and that kind of thing, right? So again, the likes of Xavi, the likes of Amorim, all these managers, Simone Inzaghi, they're good, but when they come to the Premier League under that Man United job, it's can they do it? Can they make it happen? And that's the $1 million question, right? Because they haven't done the job at the Premier League level, but Thomas Frank has. So that could be Thomas Frank's advantage, I guess, right? Which was I really don't want Thomas Frank, man, because I mean the audition that he did against Brentford, I mean, it wasn't very impressive. But I know he's a good manager, but no. If anybody that we can go for me, I will go for Emery from Aston Villa. That's it. I want Emery from Aston Villa. That is my pick if we were to choose. If you line up all of them up, Xavi, Iniesta, Simone, Inzaghi, all of them, and you have Emery there, I'll go for Emery. I'll say Ineos, splash the cash, go to Villa and say, listen, we need Emery over here, and we're a bigger project. We're a bigger project, so if you're a bigger project, listen, he may decide to say, what, Aston Villa, I need to go to the big club. But again, it's going to be hard because Villa right now, they're flying, right? These guys are undefeated in the Champions League, right? So he's able right now, Emery, with that team that he has, he's able to juggle the Champions League and the Premier League, right? Still having them perform at a very high level, which is that is a good. It's a mark of a really good coach, man. Right? So if we can get Emery, that'll be the way to go. That'll be the way to go, man. So it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys saw Fabio Capello. He responded. He said something on now. I don't know if you guys saw. People are saying, well, Joshua Xerxes could be going. Those links that Joshua Xerxes wants to leave Man United to go back to Italy um, in January. Fabrizio Romano came out and said, "Hey, those links are not true. Joshua Xerxes, he's settled. He wants to make his mark at Man United because he believed this step here that he is at, this is the next big step, right? So he wants to be here to make his mark at Man United, right? So those links of him going back to Juventus or wherever in Serie A, it's not true. It's fake news, right? But Fabio Capello had said, like, listen, one thing that Joshua Xerxes is learning is in the Serie A, you have time, right? You get the ball, you have time to look up to send your pass, right? Uh, in the Premier League, each time, like we saw, Xerxes, as soon as he gets the ball, someone is on him quickly. So basically, he has to learn to think fast and anticipate that next pass, right? That way, when he gets the ball, he knows, oh, Rashi is going to be right there on the left. Oh, Garnacho is going to be right here on the right. So once I get the ball, I'll turn, look up real quick, and send it, right? In the Premier League, you don't have time. That's what Fabio Capello said. Like, listen, Xerxes right now is learning that in the Premier League, things work quicker, right? So that's why also I'm thinking the like of Scott McTominay coming from the Premier League to that Serie A, I think he's going to be successful, right? Because in the Premier League, everything was moving pretty quick. Serie A, things are kind of slowed down, right? So he can cook. You know what I mean? So yeah. So and again, the advantage that we have with Joshua Xerxes is the man is young, right? He's young, and being young, and working with Ruud van Nistelrooy, that kind of thing. He has time to learn, right? Which is good. As a young player, the only thing you have is time, and so long as you're willing to learn, he will learn. And we have a really good teacher in Ruud van Nistelrooy, the best at what he does when it comes to finding the back of the net. So we hope we see that, because honestly, in our team, we need goals, people. We need goals. Guys, smash those likes, people. Smash those likes. Again, guys, I do apologize. YouTube is YouTubing. I'm not able to see the chat updating, right? But again, huge shout out to all you guys. I know Chow could be on there. Rajat could be on there. Welcome everybody. Joshua, you name it, everybody's on there. So welcome everybody. Good to see you all. And again, if you're new, this is Man United Central, and I'm your boy Luther. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys hitting those likes and subscribing. All right, let's keep it moving. Right. So that's what Fabio Capello said. All right. So let's see what other news we have going on today. Yeah. So the news was that Ineos going behind his back to look at other managers. Today we heard that Ten Hag and the team, instead of coming back to Manchester on that press conference, they said they were going to go straight to London. So they flew to London. That's where they're going to practice to get ready for that West Ham game, right? And again, talking about West Ham game, we know it's definitely not going to be an easy game. West Ham, they didn't start very well, but West Ham has good players. Falkirk, they signed very good players. Now their players haven't really clicked right now, but it's one of those that it's going to be tricky. Ten Hag has to get a win, because the reason that he said he did not start Rasmus, he had one eye on the West Ham game, right? That's what he said. He rotated because he has one eye on the West Ham game. So meaning that in that West Ham game, Ten Hag has to get a result, has to get a win, is a must, right? So, which we shall see, right? We shall see. But again, it's not going to be an easy game because this point that he got against Fenerbahce, Ten Hag said it's a good point because again, we went into hostile territories at Porto and then at Fenerbahce, we were able to get a point. Ten Hag said, you know what? We showed that we're a hard team to beat, right? Really, Ten Hag? That's what we showed, but we didn't win, dude. All right. Anyway, I digress. That's Ten Hag for you. Post match, that's what he said. We showed we're a hard team to beat, man. But dude, you didn't win. What are you talking about? Yeah. So that being said, that West Ham game definitely we have to get a win, right? On players that could be returning, he said on the press conference today for the West Ham game, he said Johnny Evans could be back in that team. Who else were missing? It was Johnny Evans and who was and Bruno. So Bruno and Johnny Evans, they should be back with the team. So definitely in that game against West Ham, we should expect to see our captain back in action in Bruno Fernandes, right? So Bruno's gonna be there. Is he gonna start Johnny Evans again? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I wouldn't be surprised because Lindelof in that Fenerbahce game, he really did not, say, hey, make sure you play me in the next game, because that goal we conceded, had he only jumped a little bit, he was going to be able to intercept it, but he decided not to, and we conceded a goal. So I don't think Johnny Evans, I don't think Lindelof will be starting, right? So if Johnny Evans is fit, it could be again Johnny Evans, Matthias de Ligt kind of deal, right? And then maybe you have again Licha on the left, and then maybe Mazraoui or Dalot on the right back, right? That could be how he's going to line and he's going to line up in that back four, right? That could be that. And then Bruno, of course, is going to come in. And I hope, based on what Ten Hag said after the Fenerbahce game, he said he was happy with Manu Ugarte's performance, right? He was saying that number 6 position is a very special position, right? And he needed time to be bedded into how Man United plays that number 6 position, right? So he was happy with this performance, and since he's happy with the performance, so one could think that we should be seeing Manu Ugarte starting that West Ham game, right? I really hope we do because it's something. He has that engine. He has the speed. He tackles, tenacious in that midfield. We need that, right? Casemiro can start on the bench again and then come in later on, right, to help out. But I definitely see Ugarte starting, and I also see. I cannot believe this, but I'm also seeing Christian Eriksen starting again. Imagine that, man. This guy, Eriksen, was on the verge of leaving Man United, right, in the summer. But now he's, honestly, if we were giving awards for best player or player of the season, right now, I think it will be Eriksen. This man he's playing, he's scoring goals. He's just being so dependable in the midfield. I mean, Ten Hag right now, I don't think he can bench him, right? So, which is very interesting. And the man, Eriksen, his contract is about to, in the summer, his contract is over, right? So it makes you wonder, you as Ten Hag or Ineos, what do you do with him, right? Do you offer him another contract, maybe a contract extension, maybe a light 1 year? It will make sense, guys. I don't know. You guys tell me. Man, I missed my chat, man. I missed my chat. I don't know what's the deal. Let's see. Live chat. Visible. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Good to see you guys. Alisher, everybody listen. You see, man, I was just over here. Welcome, guys. I was able to fix it. Yes. See? So what I needed to do is I needed to refresh my chat. So I needed to go on the chat and then hit the live chat and then make it visible. Man, See, I learned something new. Guys, good to see you all, guys. Good to see you all. Um, Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Ray, I see you. Alex, I see you. Rajat is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Novaline, welcome, people. Welcome, welcome, guys. Guys, I do apologize. Chow's in the house. There you go. I knew I had my usual suspects in the chat. Even though I was not seeing them, I could see, I could visualize these guys are there. Um, yeah. It says this season started like we don't have any midfield. Yeah. But again, that's what I was saying earlier about the Ericsson thing. You know, Ericsson, man. I think Ericsson is gonna stay. I hope he stays because even if you bring someone else in the summer, maybe give Ericsson like a year extension or something because um, as a backup, Ericsson can do the job for us, right? The man is scoring goals. There was a stat somewhere. I shared it somewhere. I think he scored what nine. I don't know if more than 5 goals. I think right for club and country. I think this season. Yeah. So the man is doing his thing. Could be rotation for the next match. But are you talking about Ericsson? Yeah. But again, you see, Ericsson is playing that Kobe Mainu role, right? So we really can't say if you bench him, who plays in his place? Maybe you have a double pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte. I don't know. Is that what you want to do if you go to West Ham? No, it's going to be tough. I mean, ideally, you want to try to rest him, right? You want to try to rest Ericsson because you don't want him to break down as well because this is way too many games, man. The man has played, right? You gotta find a way to rotate him in a way. You know what I mean? But he's been so important, and we know how Ten Hag is. Whenever he finds that very important player, he will play them until the wheels fall off. Like last season, Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu played a whole bunch of games. You know, ideally, as a young player, he should have been kind of rotated, right? But it didn't. That really didn't happen a lot. So probably that's why we're seeing the issues we're seeing now, the injuries. Because you can see the man is like drained. He was drained, which is it's tough to see, right? It's tough to see. Yeah. I think we'll start with Ericsson again, and we will have Kase as a super sub. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Because I think he could go with Ericsson and Ugarte, right? And then Kase comes into the super sub. Comes in, and it's so strange in that Fenerbahce game, right? Casemiro came in, and you can see when he came in, he kind of changed the game too. Like he has long passes and stuff like that, right? And Casemiro still has that. So yeah, come into the super sub, give us something different, and if we need to go long kind of thing, Casemiro can do those long passes. So which is pretty good, right? Alex, Greg said, you a Coventry fan. That's what's up, Alex. Good. Listen, people, welcome everybody. Smash those likes. Hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. We have another Alex in the house. All right. Alex is saying he's a Coventry fan. I was at the game back in April. If United had lost, that Ten Hag would have been gone. Same with the Porto game. Yeah, that's the thing. Right now, dude, Ten Hag is. That's the thing. I think his mental state is like this. Any game I play now, if I don't lose, I'm good. So he goes with that mentality. If I don't lose, I am good. So, you would think that's why that's why he set us up the way he set us up against Fenerbahce, right? He said, listen, it's a hostile territory. The ambiance, that's what he said. The ambiance is whatever. I'm not going to go with 4 attackers. Play more defensive, and we're not going to lose. Even the West Ham game, I think we're not going to lose that game. It's because he's going to set us up in a way that we can be a little bit defensive, but able to counter, use our pace and that kind of thing, right? Which is crazy because that's not how he likes to play. I don't know how midfield will be, but for sure we will have a defender players. Yeah, exactly. Yep, yep. So it's very interesting. Listen, Alex, it's very good that you're a Coventry fan. Robert, what's going on, Robert? Welcome, welcome, guys. Listen, I'm only seeing your chats now. That's why I am late. Welcome you, amazing people here. Okay, I do apologize that it was a technical issue, which I'm learning as I go. Okay, I was able to figure out the chat thing. So Robert is saying yesterday's game was tricky. He was supposedly to lose, especially playing away from against Mourinho, who had planned to massacre us. Yeah, yeah. I mean that game, yes, because the as he said, the ambiance, the atmosphere, and the thing is, throughout the history, we have struggled whenever we go to Turkey. Like, it's not only him. Other managers have struggled. Whenever we go to Turkey, it's tough. Because those fans are fire. Like I don't know if you guys watch other channels. Like I watch United View, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Flex, and he was doing his vlog, and he was saying like that stadium was rocking. From the noise and everything. It's one of those. You're like, man. So you as a player, imagine that stadium is rocking noise and everything. You're like, whoa. So that's why Ten Hag was like, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit more defensive. I have a guy here who played 10 minutes as a 10. I don't know, maybe at Ajax, whatever time. I'm going to play him as a 10. I'm like, that takes a lot of guts, though. You got to give Ten Hag. Ten Hag has a lot of guts. I don't know if it's YouTube. Oh, okay, cool. I feel you. I feel I've already had problem also. Oh, okay, cool, man. That's what's up. Listen, make sure you shout out your YouTube channel, man. If you have a channel that you want this amazing team here, amazing family to follow you, shout out your channel over here, and then we'll come and subscribe to you too, people. All right. Let's see. Turkish fans are unbelievable. Yes, they are, man. They are. The passion is just crazy, right? I thought British fans, you guys you're rocking, but those Turkish fans are, it's nuts. It's nuts, right? So Galatasaray, I think Galatasaray fans, I think are even worse, right? The ultras, I think they're called ultras or something like. No, is it ultras? Oh, something like that. They have their own name. They're fire. So again, but I don't know if you guys saw, Mourinho understood Ten Hag's tactics by playing Mazraoui there, because he was not surprised because what's his name, Amrabat, apparently he had told Mourinho, hey, Mazraoui can play as a 10. So Amrabat knew that he could play as a 10. So they were not surprised with that move, right? And honestly, Mazraoui, he wasn't terrible as a 10. He didn't really do much wrong. He just, did the basics kind of thing and kept it moving, right? Do I want to see him there again? No. Okay, no. Leave the specialists to play there in those positions. In Europe, most clubs have ultras. Oh, okay, I see. In England, no clubs have ultras, as this is culture. Oh, okay, but mainly in Turkey, Italy, and Germany. Oh, okay, I see. That's where that came from, ultras. Okay, cool. If you do it right and put Christian Eriksen as a 10 and Mazraoui as an 8, that would have given totally different. Yeah, but the thing is, okay, another explanation of Mazraoui as a 10 was they needed legs, right? They needed legs. Basically, the reason why Ten Hag likes Bruno up there is because Bruno has legs to press, right? Eriksen does not have legs to press consistently like that, right? So that was another reason he put Mazraoui there, and because he has played as a 10, but he also has legs to do that kind of pressing, Yeah, that was another explanation that was put out there. I don't know if I read it somewhere from I don't know if it was Ten Hag or Mourinho said that. So it is what it is, man. But we survived. Now, so I don't know, guys. Do you think it was a good point to get from going to that environment and to come out with the point? I think we should have definitely won that game, man. Any news on Anthony? No, I didn't see any news on Anthony yet. On his press conference today, Ten Hag was like, he hasn't really had any new report. Ciao! What's going on, man? He's like PMP, and the players can running around. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So no news on Anthony, man. But again, that's another thing, man. By him playing Anthony, you play him over Ahmad Diallo. I'm like, dude, his explanation was Anthony trained very well. He deserved to play. So basically, what are you saying? Ahmad did not train well? And come on, man. One thing is, last. That's why people say Ten Hag is a liar, which is I don't like to say this. But last, what is it? I don't know. Last season, he was like, yeah, it's sad that Amad Diallo didn't get much chance to play. He does deserve to play because he always trains well. So you say Ahmad always trains well, and you don't play him. This is what you don't start him, and he's one of our better creators out there. If you compare him, Rashi, and Ganacho, he can hold the ball. He can give you something, right? And you don't play him. You're not speaking the truth, man. I wish if we win, but the draw is also good. I mean, yeah, the draw is decent, man. It's at least it's not a loss, dude. Yeah. I don't know what people expect the coach to do. He planned his tactics carefully. True, yeah, and got us the point. Unlike losing, yes, okay. I know we want to win, but yeah, Ahmad being treated like yeah, that's another thing, and that's yeah, I agree with you. Listen, if you think about it, what Ten Hag said, uh, this it's a good point because he went to two places. He went to Porto. He said, "I went to Porto. I got a point. I went to here Fenerbahce. I got a point." Those are good points away from home, right? Which, if you think about it, yes, they are because those are hard places to go and come home with something, right? Yes, even though we're sitting on I don't know 21st in the Europa League table, if you look at the teams that are above us, oh my God, these teams are like some of the teams you don't even know they're above us, which is embarrassing. But you know, it is what it is. He said it's a good point. I agree it's a good point because at least we didn't lose. Because if we were lost, then it would have been even worse. Because we got a point, but people already going for his head, right? Um, yeah, it's crazy. And right now he's playing the way he's setting us up. I think it's more like survival ball kind of thing, right? He knows. Listen, I'm not gonna lose, so I'm gonna make sure that whatever I do, I set the team up to win. But I don't like the treatment of Ahmad, man. Seeing those pictures of Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rene Hake trying to motivate Ahmad to come into the game, that was not a good look, man. The kid is Ahmad is a good kid. He kept his head down. He waited for his chance, and maybe Ten Hag told him, "Yo, this season you're gonna be my guy, man. You're gonna have a lot of minutes and stuff like that." And all of a sudden, he's not playing him. That's not good, right? He's not Ten Hag is not sticking to his word, kind of thing, right? Because honestly, the games that he played, I don't think there was a game that he played that bad to warrant being like completely taken out, right? I don't know. I don't know. You guys can tell me if there was a game that he was crap, which I don't remember that. I'm gonna say yeah, he saved Erik Ten Hag's job, man. Yeah, he did in that Liverpool game. Oh my God, that Liverpool game was beautiful, man. Yes, every time I think of that game, I'm like yes, yes. We stopped Liverpool's quadruple. You know that quadruple they were talking about? Cut that. You know, we did that. We did that. We cut that out. Um, uh, if you draw the away games and win at home, You should be okay. But the thing is, in this new format, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but there's no home and away, right? There's no home and away. It's just, I don't know how they come up with this format. Um, I guess it just matters, you know, the key is to win your home games, right? For example, but we need on that way of thinking, we should have won against 20, right? Because we played at home, right? So yeah, going hostile territory and coming back with a point, it is, if you think about it, it is good. It is good, right? It is good. So yeah, as you say, I see what you're saying about 20. Yeah, he should have definitely beat 20, a team that he says he follows, a team that he knows ins and out. You know, he should have beat him. But again, we couldn't do it, right? Um, if we lost if we lost to West Ham away, 3 points in the row, it's peak. Yeah. No, you know what? At West Ham, I don't think we're gonna lose. We're not gonna lose because, um, yeah, we're not gonna lose. I don't see us losing. I don't see us losing that game, right? I think Johnny Evans may start, which is crazy, right? Yeah, Licha played very well in that Fenerbahce game, man. I think he held that armband. He did the armband justice the way he played. So I think I may keep the Licha on that left back, and then maybe Dalot and Mazraoui can figure out something out on that right hand side. But or what, you bring Licha center back, and then Mazraoui and Dalot again in fullbacks. United 1999. Welcome, welcome. Listen. 1999. Yeah. Welcome, United 1999. Good to see you. I can't see US winning, and we just score enough. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't score enough goals, but we're gonna win that game. You can see how good Ahmed is. Yeah. No, when he got it. Yeah, exactly. Ahmad is quality. That's a good point right there. When he came into that game, his first touch, it was so good. Like, he almost got behind the Fenerbahce defender, and even that's why the Fenerbahce the coaching team, they were like, "Yo, why didn't this guy come into the game earlier? Because he would have given us problems." But the man decided to put Anthony out there, man. Come on. Those are the kind of things that make people piss off with him, right? The things that they make sense, he doesn't do them. He just goes with what he thinks is right. Again, he's a coach. He's allowed to. He should be doing that because at the end of the day, if it fails, it's him. If he works, it's him. But yeah, ideally, man, he should have been. He should have played Ahmad in that game. Let's see. I couldn't see us winning. We just don't score enough. Yeah, I agree. Ahmad is class. United 1999. Listen, United 1119. Welcome. All right. Make sure you smash the like and hit the subscribe if you haven't done so, guys. If you're new, this is Man United Central, and I'm your boy Luther. Okay. Welcome to the family. Yes, we don't score enough goals, and that's another thing, guys. Whenever I think about it, I was like, listen. Whenever we think about our goal scorers, right now, if I think of a goal scorer that can give us, say, 20 goals, you guys tell me, who do you think can give us 20 goals in our team right now? At least 20 goals. Do we have somebody? I'll wait. Right? I don't think we have somebody who can give us 20 goals, right? The only person who could give us 20 goals based on history is Rashi, based on that one season that he scored, 30 or something. It's Rashi. But Rashi right now, he's not really banging it like that. I don't see Rasmus giving us 20 goals. I don't see Xerxes giving us 20 goals. So where are goals going to come from? And that's the big problem right there. Garnacho's not going to give us 20 goals. Yeah, we have a problem, right? We have a problem. So maybe I hope that maybe Rasmus He stays fit. He starts more games. What if he gets supply? Maybe he can. I think Rasmus would if all our wingers were just looking for him because our wingers are greedy. They cut in and shoot and all this stuff instead of just hey look up, find Rasmus and try to supply him. Maybe we can do something. Do people actually think that we're better under a different coach? Um, I look at this team and it's been damaged from so long by the Glazers. I honestly believe our main issue is poor culture. United 1999. Listen, um, and that's a good point that you raised there. That can we really under a different coach can this really change? Answer could be like look at Emery at Aston Villa. Those players that are there, they've some of them they've gone through maybe like I don't know 4 managers or something like that, right? They got all those managers sacked, but Emery comes along and gets a tune out of them, right? So again, it's one of those. So the answer to your question is, if it's the right manager can come and actually get the right tune out of the stock of players that we have. But again, how do you know which manager will work? And that's the tricky part. It just so happened Emery failed at Arsenal, but now he's succeeding at Aston Villa, right? It's one of those. He came in, he saw the players, he identified their good points and whatever, and made it work. You know what I mean? Made it work, and they're cooking now. They haven't lost a game in Champions League, and they're doing well in the Premier League. That is it's a hard job to juggle those two, because usually teams that make it to the Champions League, you'll see that if they're in the Premier League they'll struggle, but this guy is making them manage. So it's a sign of a good coach right there, right? That's why I'm saying if it's manager that we can get, I wouldn't mind giving Emery a chance, right? I wouldn't mind giving Emery a chance. Yeah, but Villa haven't been on for 20. That is true. That is true. Yeah, the Glazers. Yeah, Glazers. We need them out, right? We need them out. But at the end of the day, Glazers yes took money from our team, right? But if you bring it down, it's the players. Their job is to play. All right, the coach coaches them, the player play. Yes, the culture can be bad, but still, I don't know. Yes, everything is connected, but the players should be able to give us something. Most of these players that we have now, for example, they are Ten Hag players, right? So most of them are Ten Hag players. Some of them I knew. We have a very few that were, um, players from other managers, right? So we should be seeing something. So again, that's why the folks like Chow, they would rather try another manager to see what can happen, because you're like, okay, this is your third season, Ten Hag. Yes, you won us 2 trophies, but we are not seeing anything for us. I want him to work, right? But I'm not really saying, okay, I see a few players who are flourishing under Ten Hag right now. I'm not seeing that, right? Am I seeing some kind of style of play? Oh, this is our pattern. This is how we're gonna roll. I'm not seeing that, right? So it's one of those things. It's really tough. Yeah. Ciao. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm about to. I'll get into that. Right. So it's pretty interesting, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, at this point, if Ineos wants to bring in another manager, I'm up for it, because I'm tired of this. Each game that we lose or we don't win or we get a point, Ten Hag out, whatever, whatever. If they're gonna sack him, just sack him. Bring somebody else, and then we move on. Right. At the end of the day, I just want us to be able to watch our team Saturday, Sunday, or Champions League, Europa, whatever, being able to say comfortably, yo, we're gonna win this game. All right, because I know how we play. We're gonna dominate them. Our strikers are gonna be cooking, that kind of thing, right? That's what we need to have, because that's what we used to have, right? Some of the teams that we were playing back in the Sir Alex days, again, revisionists, you would say, hey, Crystal Palace, hey, we're gonna beat them. Southampton, yeah, we're definitely gonna beat them guys. That kind of thing. But right now, there's no team that you can say, hey, hand in heart, like when we play them next, we're gonna beat them. We can't because we're unpredictable. We're like a box of chocolate, you know, the Forrest Gump analogy there. Yeah, man. So it's interesting. So, guys, listen, it's been an hour. You guys have been amazing. I appreciate you all being here. All right. Do you generally believe we can win game away against top team under Erik Ten Hag? Yeah, man. Come on, Chow. I believe. I believe. Okay. Listen, I believe we can beat anybody. Ten Hag says that. Okay. Whenever our players are available, we can beat anyone. Right? When we just need to show up. Now, to show up, it's all mental. How do you fix this mentality? That's the problem. How do you train this to say that when you go out there, you're gonna fight just like the way we fought against Brentford in that second half, right? That should be our normal thing. Like the way we played against Brentford that second half, that should be how we roll every time, right? So yeah, we can beat anybody. You know, we beat the greatest team so far in Man City, man. So nobody expected us to do that. So we can do it. Ten Hag has his tactics, you know. Whenever they work, they work. So yeah, guys, listen, it's exciting, man. Guys, we got good games coming up this weekend. Tomorrow we got what? Tomorrow we got El Clasico. So I'll be watching El Clasico. I may jump on here. I need to check my schedule. But if you see, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way, if I can jump on, we can do a watch along on the El Clasico because that's going to be a really good game. And of course, Sunday we got the West Ham game, and then Arsenal Liverpool. Woo! That is, guys. If we win and Arsenal loses, we will be 4 points off of Arsenal. All right? I'm gonna let that sink. Okay? If we win, Arsenal loses, we're gonna be 4 points off of Arsenal. Right? So again, we have had the terrible start of the season. Right? But we'll be 4 points off of them. Listen, hey, it's exciting, man. All right, guys, listen. Have a good evening, good morning, good depending on where you're watching, guys. You have been amazing, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with your boy. Again, I'm your boy Luther, and this is Man United Central. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting those likes. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.